Hi, and welcome to the Ultimate Bookish Gift Guide. I wanted to do this video to provide a Christmas gift guide or any time of year guide, but this is close to the holidays, so that's what we're going with. This is the Ultimate Bookish Gift Guide because I have so many different categories and so many different types of things that you can get your loved one, or if you're just looking for ideas to put on your own wish list or, buy yourself a little treat. I have things from across the spectrum of cost. If you prefer to shop from small Black-owned businesses, I have some of those here. If you're on a tight budget and need to shop from Amazon, I have some ideas from there as well. I will have links to every product I mention in the description box down below. For the Amazon purchases, there will be a little list that Amazon lets you do. For those purchases, I do get a commission. Nothing I feature here is sponsored. And without further ado, let's get into the ideas. The first one I have listed is a reading journal or a notebook. Some people might like a pre-formatted reading journal. I have an old one right here. This is one from many years ago from Owl Crate. I'm just showing this. You can't purchase this, I don't think, but this is an idea of what a reading journal is. Basically, you have lots of different pages that can be used for all your reading needs and wants. Usually there's pages to review the book, note down your TBR, and little fun spreads like that. A couple of the ones that I found, there's from Amazon, this Clever Fox one, which is a pretty well-known brand for reading journals and bullet journals. And then this other one that I found that I just thought looked really pretty if you're interested or think whoever you're gifting might be interested in. Outside of Amazon, I really like the Quirky Cup Collective's design aesthetic. They have a really opulent aesthetic. Almost all their journals and notebooks have gilded pages, really shiny covers. I don't know, I think they're really beautiful. Notebook Therapy has also come out with a reading journal. And I also saw that Papier, I never learned how to pronounce it, also came out with a reading journal. And then just for notebooks, because some people might not want all the stuff that comes with a reading journal, they don't want all those fancy spreads. Maybe they just want something to write down what they've read, or maybe they just want a notebook for whatever reason. I think these can be great gifts. There's one from Amazon, which is actually the one that I use as a bullet journal. The lighting here makes it really shiny, so sorry you can't see the design. But yeah, I really like this one, definitely recommend it, hence why I am sharing it with you all. If you want to shop outside of Amazon, maybe you want something a little higher end, I have two other stationery companies that might be good for this. There is Be Rooted, which is a small Black-owned business, and I thought some of their journals looked really cool. A well-known business, but still a small business, is Archer and Olive. I have a ton of their notebooks. This is one I used as my bullet journal a couple of years ago, and this is my current reading journal that I haven't been the best at keeping up with. They are also a great place to get notebooks if you want. Also, if you're looking to get this for a gift or for yourself, this is an A6 size, I believe. You can't get this exact one because this is from a subscription box from years ago, but this size you can get. The next category of things I wanted to recommend are book sleeves. These are also pretty popular, I think, on Instagram, but I wanted to highlight a few in case you weren't sure where to buy, or you're new to this and maybe you're actually someone who's just buying for someone who's bookish and you're not really in the bookish community. There are a lot of sellers on Etsy and Amazon for this. I just picked out this one from Amazon in case you're interested. I really like this pattern, but this seller has a whole ton. And for smaller businesses on Etsy, there's a shop, Dreaming of Celie, who has so many lovely designs. I've been following her on Instagram for years, so definitely recommend checking her out if you want some fabric book sleeves from a small Black-owned business. And then if maybe you want to get some crochet ones, I like to shout those out because I'm a crocheter now. So here's a couple that I liked, and their sellers will be linked down below. Next, we have a big ticket item that I'm sure is on a lot of other people's lists, maybe something you thought of, but here I am to give you some options that you may not have considered. The category is e-readers. So the obvious choice, if you're in America at least, for an e-reader would be a Kindle, which I do have. It says Amazon on the back. I have a Kindle. This is the Paperwhite from, I want to say 2019 or 2018. I don't remember exactly, but I think it might tell me. Hold on. I don't know what year it's from, but it is the Kindle 10th generation. They have recently refreshed their Kindle lineup, so almost everything is new. There's a new version of the Kindle Paperwhite if you want for the year 2024. This is the one I recommend personally because I have it, I like it. It's a bigger screen. I know the 2024 version also has a bigger screen than this, but not that much bigger. I just like holding it. I don't mind not having physical buttons. The Kindle Basic is also a good option. It's a little smaller. This one comes with almost 6 gigabytes, I think it said. That's plenty for books. They really take no space at all, so I don't think storage is a big concern. With audiobooks, it's a little more of a concern, but again, audio only formats are really low storage space. So yeah, I don't think that's super of a concern. All that to say, if you want to get someone a Kindle, I think it is perfectly fine to get an older generation. The newest one has, as far as I know, it doesn't have anything like super special. You can definitely get them whatever the last one was, refurbished maybe. If you want to save some money but still want to give a nice gift, I'm sure whoever you're giving it to will appreciate it, or if you're on the lookout for yourself. You want to go outside of the Kindle sphere. There are other e-readers now. For a long time, Kindle was basically the only one. Although I guess the Kobo has been around, but Kindle made it really hard with their file formats. But now they've joined the rest of the ebook file formats basically, and now they got rid of Mobi. They only use EPUB now, which is the general file format for ebooks, which makes it a lot easier if you have a different type of e-reader, all that to say. Also, the new Kindle Color Soft, I wanted to mention it because I know it's really popular. I've heard mixed things about it, but if you think the person you're gifting would like a colored e-reader, maybe get them that, or you can get them an e-reader from the next brand I'm gonna talk about, Kobo. I don't have a Kobo, my sister does though, and she loves it. Lots of people don't wanna be locked into the Amazon ecosystem, which is totally fair. I believe the counterpart for the Kindle Paperwhite is a Kobo Clara Black and White. And I've seen nothing but good things about it. My sister has like a basic Kobo, she loves it. And they do actually have two e-readers with color, the Kobo Libra color and the Kobo Clara color. I'm not too sure what the differences are, but it looks like the Libra color is a more higher end version with buttons, and it's a little bigger and also more expensive. And the Kobo Clara color sounds like the Kobo Clara Black and White, which I said is comparable to the Kindle Paperwhite. So it sounds like it's kind of the same e-reader, but they do have the colored e-ink capability, which might be really interesting if the person you're gifting really likes reading manga or comic books. This might be a really good gift for them if you have the budget. I forgot to mention one. There is also the Nook, which I won't go into too much detail, mostly for the sake of time. I have no experience with those, but Barnes & Noble has been selling them for nearly as long as the Kindle, and they're still selling them, so they must not be terrible. And the brand Books is like a newer, I think, front runner on e-readers, at least on TikTok, where everyone gets all their news, to our detriment. But at least the e-readers we're seeing on TikTok seem interesting. So they have the Books Palma, which definitely took TikTok by storm because it is so small. It's basically phone size, which a lot of people really like because they feel that the Kindles and Kobos, like standard e-reader size, maybe is too big for their hands. I like the size of my e-reader personally. I don't want a phone size thing for me personally, but some people might. If you think whoever you're gifting might like that, or they've been talking about it a lot and you didn't know what it was, this is what it was. Books also has a couple of other more standard sized and looking e-readers if you're interested in those. The main thing with the Books e-readers is that they're all running Android, which means that you can have third-party applications on them. It's not just like a Books operating system like it is with the Kindle or the Kobo, because they're basically just like kind of Android phones or Android tablet with an e-ink screen. Especially the Palma looks like an e-ink phone, which I think is interesting, but not something I'm personally interested in, but maybe you are, or someone you love. Okay, now that you have an e-reader, it is time to accessorize. There are so many like extra things that you can gift with an e-reader, or if the person you're gifting already has one and they don't already have what I'm about to mention, these are perfect things to gift and much less expensive. First, it's a case, especially if you're gifting an e-reader. A case would be a nice thing. I don't have a case on my Kindle Paperwhite. Honestly, it's fine. Lots of people like cases, even if I know a popular thing is to get like a clear case and then arrange stickers in the back of it so that they can have more decor. I support that. I just don't have a case because I'm lazy. Then there are Kindle holders. First, I want to mention like a lot of people will put a pop socket on their Kindle to make it easier for them to hold. I don't have one because I don't know. I don't have any problems holding this, but a lot of people do this. It is worth recommending. And then speaking of holding, there's ones more for your home where there's a standing one, which a lot of people will put by their beds, which you can see in the graphic here. It can stand next to your bed. You can put the Kindle in it, and then you can use your Kindle hands-free. There's some with a pillow where it's meant to sit in your lap, which is also nice. And again, you can use a Kindle basically hands-free without holding it. And to go with those stands, it would be really recommended, especially if you get the one that stands a little further away, to get a Kindle remote. That is something to get a Kindle remote, which seems like something super duper useful, even if you don't have the stands, but especially if you have them, that is definitely something that I would recommend gifting together. Basically, it has a little clip. It clips onto the Kindle, and I think it's like some kind of electricity, maybe, I don't know. but it basically mimics a finger tap. When you press a button, it sends a signal to the screen, so it can just flip the page for you if you don't have buttons. It should work on anything with a touchscreen, honestly, so you could even use it for a phone or anything like that, but definitely seeing those as really useful. Next, we have some bookshelf decor. I want to mention these 3D creative bookends. That's what they call them. This is perfect if you have someone who loves books and also really enjoys puzzles, because that's what this is. It's like a puzzle that you put together. Let's see. And at the end, you have like a really cool looking bookend. This is a gift that my boyfriend gave to me for my birthday. Obviously, I haven't put it together yet because I'm waiting for like a good time to just like sit down and smash out like 7 hours of putting this together. But yeah, it will be really fun if you have someone who likes puzzles. Maybe they already like dioramas. This would be really good. The one that I have will be linked down below, but the company has a bunch of other ones, and there are other companies also doing this. I know they've gotten pretty popular over the last year or so. Also for decor and also usefulness, I want to mention candles. I know a lot of people like to keep candles on their bookshelves. So unlit. Don't light a fire next to your books, just saying. There are so many bookish candle companies or candle companies that make like bookish themed candles. So I'm sharing some Etsy shops that do this. There's Books and Reverie. They have a lot of bookish themed candles. This one called Tea and Books looked really interesting and like a scent I'd really like. There is C'est de l'air. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but I have one of their candles called Amari, which is named after the character from the Children of Blood and Bone trilogy. Oh my gosh. They do a bunch of these like literary candles. I also want to, like, as a secondary recommendation, I would recommend, if you want to gift a lot of candles, maybe making candles on your own. It's not super hard. You just need a double boiler. I will link the kit that I have down below. Another little decor moment that I didn't really know where to put, but I was in a frenzy looking at all this stuff and it made me kind of want a bunch of stuff. It's called a Book Nook Reading Valet. This is on Uncommon Goods, which if you're looking for just random gifts, I love that website. Just a heads up. But this Book Nook Reading Valet, it just looks so cute. It looks really dad coded to me. It's just like a little place that someone could put on their nightstand and they can leave the book that they're currently reading. It has like a place for a mug of tea or a cup of coffee maybe, and like whatever else they need on their nightstand. And I think it just looks really nice and really useful. Speaking of tea, another awesome gift idea would be bookish tea. I would really appreciate that specifically. This whole video is just one long con to send to my friends and family to get me stuff. There are many, many brands that do this bookish tea thing, or if you just have a favorite tea and you want to share, that might be a good idea. I have a couple of these brands that I want to share with you. First, we have Novel Tea. They make loose leaf teas and they're named after various classics. They also have cute bookish tins that I think would be great for gifting. Chapters Tea & Co. has some more generally literary themes, so not after specific book, like this gingerbread bookshop one, which also fits the Christmas vibe as well. This brand isn't book themed, but Plum Deluxe has a adorable gift tin that has a special tin that is filled with literary themed teas that they have made. And lastly, another one that isn't a literary tea brand, and I don't think that they have any like literary teas, but I just want to shout them out because they're a local brand, and that is Just Add Honey. They are based here in Atlanta, Georgia, where I live, and I see them a lot. I get their tea a lot, especially when they're at pop-ups and stuff, and I've bought their tea before, so I just really enjoy it and wanted to shout it out. And to go along with the tea, may I recommend mugs. Lots of people love mugs. Many people collect mugs. So here's just a couple that I found that I think are interesting and fun. There is the company Out of Print, which I think has been around for a while, but I kind of forgot about them until I was researching for this video, and they make a lot of bookish themed prints on a variety of things, including mugs. There is the Trinity, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, on Etsy, is a Black-owned Etsy shop that has this cute mug that features Black writers, and it looks like it comes in a variety of sizes. And then another Uncommon Goods find that I think is really cute, there is this literary themed mug that also has a QR code so that every morning it's kind of interactive. Whoever you're giving it to can scan the QR code every morning when they're drinking their tea or coffee, and it'll give them like a bookish quote, which I just think is so fun. And to go along with the mug, this is starting to get into the old lady who ate a fly thing, or the old woman who ate a fly. What is that? Anyway, to go with the mugs, I would recommend a mug warmer. This is an excellent gift for me. I realized I forgot to take both of the ones that I have out with me, but this is the one that I have. I actually have two because this is the one that I bought on Amazon. It works for me. I've had it for over 2 years. Nothing has happened. Warms up my tea or coffee. And then I have a second one that my sister got me like right after I bought that one for myself. So before she knew that I already had one. And this one is definitely more high end. It is on the more expensive end. It is a little more aesthetic, and it also doubles as a wireless charger. The only caveat with this one being that you need to use a mug that comes with it. And that's also part of the more expensive price. It comes with this mug. I love a mug warmer because I'm a slow drinker, I guess. And I also really like my drinks pretty hot. So these are excellent for that, so that I'm not microwaving my tea every 5 seconds. Back to some accoutrement around the physical act of reading. I want to recommend maybe getting someone a reading light. There's this one that clips onto the books. And then there is this one which goes around your neck. I want to recommend some bookmarks. These are like the quintessential gift, but maybe you can get some ones that are a little more individualized. I found these cute corner ones on Amazon that are shaped like hearts. And then there's also these ones that are shaped like cats, kind of like peeking into your book, and I think they're really cute. If you want to do, like I said, something more individualized, definitely recommend looking on Etsy. Here are some of the ones that I found that I like. If you know the particular person that has a book that they like, you can find some themed off of that specific book or a specific author. And yeah, I'll have some Etsy shops with bookmarks linked down below. The last thing that I want to recommend to go along with personalize is a personalized book embosser. I have one that was a gift to me. It looks like this, very shiny. My friend got me this and I think it's really cute. It's personalized to me, it has my name on it, and I can tell that she chose like a graphic that was about me. Or not about me, but like would resonate with me. It's a cat with like glasses, that's cute. So it definitely shows some like thoughtfulness since it is personalized, and it allows me to customize my library and customize the books that I love, which I have enjoyed doing. I plan to only use this on books that I love and definitely keeping. I have like no plans to sell or anything. That is everything that I wanted to recommend you guys. I worked hard on this gift guide. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you find something that you want to give someone or give yourself. In the comments down below, let me know your favorite tea, or if you don't like tea, your favorite drink. Mine is chai, FYI. That is all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye.